when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass.
Trolling the pictures, that's all in your comments. You know I don't give a damn. I see why you flexing, the dick is a blessing. You know I'm better than time to when I'm not to, when I'm more than a friend.
Yes, God, honey, we are here, queer, and trying to be everywhere. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, bitch. Because we all know that sharing is caring, honey. Yes, God. Okay, bitch. Joining me, honey. Hello, God. Y'all know what's... Girl, yes, girl. When I tell you yes. When I tell you yes, honey. PTO, prepare the others, bitch. Because the Cat's Meow has dropped, bitch, his new motherfucking album titled Leo. It is available now on all streaming platforms. Get into this amazing, majestic, romantic, girl, everything you need, require, desire is wrapped up in this motherfucking masterpiece, bitch. Okay? Without further ado, introducing Pradia, bitch. What's going on, girl? Yes, God.
Hey everybody.
How are you, girl? Yes, girl. How are you feeling, girl?
I'm really excited. I celebrated in a really quiet way. I've had family come over. We smoked, we drank. So I'm highly intoxicated right now. But I'm just so grateful that it's out. I can breathe now. You know, I've been holding on to this album for such a long time and going back and forth with, you know, what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it, last minute changes, and now it's out. And so,
girl, let me tell you something. You dropped the live performance today, girl, and let me tell you something. The rollout, girl, you would have thought you were backed by Sony, girl. You would have thought you were backed by the major labels, girl. But this is all you. Independent, written, produced, everything by you. Tell us about that process, child, please.
Well, I can't take all the credit. I did not produce any of these tracks. I want to make that known. All of these were, you know, tracks sent to me, but I did write, engineer, and arrange all of this myself. It was... The process going into this was different from Enigma. I was in a different place mentally when I recorded Enigma. I didn't know who I was all the way. And in my process of recording Leo, I was finding myself and my strength and my core and who I was. So it was more therapeutic than anything. Like, I remember listening to it last night before it went live. And when I got to Temporary, I just cried because I was just like, this is really who I am. This is really my truth. And I really believe that even though I'm cursing and I'm saying vulgar things or whatever, I really believe there's healing somewhere in this album for sure. But the process was, it was seamless. You know, the records just came to me. I did go back and forth with what I wanted to put on the project. There are some songs that you heard. Yeah, there are some songs that you heard that are not on the project. And then Dear John Letter and Guilty were records you hadn't heard before because I added them at the last minute. So, yeah, it's been a really wild ride.
Mm. You're obviously telling a story in this album much like the last. Although I understand your perspective, can you please reiterate the story that you're telling in this album for the people that may not, understand, or the people that haven't even heard about the album, just get them excited about it?
Leo is the story of, well, it's the second part of a trilogy. First of all, the character's name is Leo, and Enigma was the first part. Him kind of just finding his way and not really knowing who he was and not being really recognizable to anyone because he was just discovering himself. With Leo, it's more of an autobiography. This is like an introspective look at who the Leo character is, which is me, obviously. And like I said, it was therapy. It was really cathartic to put those feelings onto wax per se, and to hear it play back, and to know that people relate to this and they are moved and are touched by this. It really means a lot. But yeah, Leo is the second part of the trilogy, and it just explains the story of somebody coming into their own and standing up for what they want to believe in, and just deciding, period. Whatever follows deciding, but just deciding. That's why we started off the album with Burning Bridges, because it was a finite decision. Like, if I burn something, I can't get it back. I'm burning these bridges because I want to move on and not look back. So if we start with that finite decision that we're going to move forward, then yeah, there's nothing but progression from then on.
Yes. The kids were already getting into it, honey. Belize said, yes, God, honey. Markella, he said it was the home concert for him, bitch. Jeff is going up, honey. D is going up, honey. Okay, the kids are feeling it.
I'm so glad y'all like it.
You see, Jeff says, see me, got him in his feelings, girl.
Part 2 was my favorite. You know this, YB, but part 1 almost didn't make it. I recorded part 2 as a replacement for part 1. And YB was like, you're crazy. Like, not only should that be on the album, that should be your leading single.
Yes.
But I really loved part 2, so I was like, why not take it back to nostalgia, to the 90s, where you had like 2 versions of the same song, not necessarily a remix, but different versions.
Can you describe what you were feeling while writing and producing this project? I can only imagine the emotional toll that it took on you, because being your friend, I am purview to certain things of your life. And I think people be like, okay, where's he singing from? So obviously you're singing from a personal place. So, and you, even though the songs are upbeat as hell, you do have a lot of great bangers. Just by telling by the lyrics, you're diving deep, girl. You're diving deep into the emotional pool, honey. Like, what was that like for you, reliving? Because obviously you have no choice but to relive these experiences by writing these projects out. Obviously you're over them. Mm-hmm. You're over them, or in process of working on getting over them. What was that like, though?
It was proud. And I say that because I had already overcame. So to tell that story is basically a reflection of like how far I've come. Like, I don't feel those things anymore. Like, that's my story, but I've moved on from that chapter. So it's just me like sitting down telling y'all stories. I don't feel anything. I'm not hurt by it, but I want it to be honest. So that's why a lot of the songs are piercing, and it's really like straight into the point, and I'm not cutting corners because it's like I'm not here to bullshit. I'm gonna say what it is, and we're gonna move on because I'm past this. And in order for me to really just like leave it behind and burn that bridge, you have to know how I feel.
Mm. Yes. I want to get into some of these comments real quick. Markel wants to know: are your songs copyrighted?
Yeah, I went through DistroKid, so I believe they do all of the licensing for me, because we did the splits as well with the producer. So yeah, I think everything is copywritten, it's legal. I think
Because he's asking for, he wants. I guess he wants to probably put one of the songs or in the show, honey.
that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem because I play my songs on my channel and I don't get anything, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Husband of my husband says, "Child, he just added to his gym playlist this evening, honey."
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, honey, and let me tell you, Derek. Honey, go ahead and get into your husband's bussy, child, with Homicide, honey. Yes, God.
Yes, yes.
Honey, lay that ass down tonight, honey, and make sure you are putting Cat on the playlist, honey, for the love making, bitch. You better know it, honey. Shout out to Wuda, honey. Take it, girl. You better take this, man.
Dear John Letter is definitely on my gym playlist. It gets me like really like in one of those like angry mindsets because I remember how I felt when I wrote that. Yeah, for sure.
Jeff said he loves both versions, child.
I do too. That's why part one made it and was ultimately the first single. Because once I heard it, I feel something. You can't help but groove when you hear "See Me" part one. And I would have been a fool not to put that on the album.
I know that's right. What does this mean, honey? Markel, we going to get steaks and sleep, laugh out loud. What does that mean? Is that like a Dallas thing?
No, it's gonna get cold in Texas. So he's asking like, do you still want to go out to eat and it's about to snow?
Girl, y'all can go out to eat. Talk about that on the phone, honey. We are here to celebrate, girl. Make your dinner ready. If we're not invited to the dinner, bitch, okay, huh? I love y'all down, but actually,
Maybe they celebrate my album. They getting steaks, so it's obviously a celebration for something.
But they need to come. The horse and carriage, honey, needs to come pick the girls up. And like I said before, we need rhinestone gowns. Hello, God, that's gonna carry us through the night. Okay. Yes, God. Thank you so much. It's Meaty says, congratulations, honey. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I love y'all though. You talking about come? You gotta send the jet. You gotta send the jet, honey. You gotta send the jet, the private jet. Hello. We want to be met with Dom Perignon, honey. Not party packs from Taco Bell.
Not party packs.
What's up, Jace? How you doing?
Hey, Jace. Thank you, Belize. Thank you so much.
Belize is here for it, girl. Yes, God. Yes, the kids are here. So I noticed more rapping in this album, which I love. Yeah. But what made you want to dive more into that?
It just became a natural thing for me. I was more drawn to hip hop tracks that were sent to me, and I did the singing thing, but a nod to your girl, I'm no Mariah. So though I would love to sing on a hip hop track, it was more fluid for me to just rap. And it's something that I enjoy. I never wanted to be a rapper, but it's something that I enjoy. So I figured why not? And since this is like so autobiographical and so like close to who I am present day, I figured why not? Thank you, Jace. Jace, watch, if you haven't already, watch the live performance. There is something in there for you specifically.
Yes, God. Markel has a question for you. Have you told us how you came up with the artist name?
Pradia is actually my last name. So that was simple. When I was coming up, actually, I could tell this story because the lawsuit has been settled.
Lawsuit, girl.
When I was coming up as an artist / songwriter, when I wanted to do this professionally, also Crispy from Are You the Girl, TLC show where they was trying to find another member, me and her were really tight. And she told me to have like a moniker or like a stage name to protect my personal identity. So I embraced the name Ryan Jones. It was common name, but I was gonna be like the average guy who could sing. So I started writing for other artists, and they tried to credit Ryan Jones instead of me. And I said, okay, well, we're gonna do away with that because I don't know if that was a mistake on their end or if they were just trying to be funny. But we went away with the Ryan Jones, and then I fell in love with my last name. Pradia is just, I like it. It has a nice ring to it. I think it's marketable, and so yeah, that's who I became. I just, and then I felt more like myself. Like the artist, the songwriter, and the person kind of like submerged and became one at some point. So it was just natural to go by my natural name. I was here for the rapping. Nothing but Thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to incorporate all of who I was. I'm from Houston, Texas. So um, music is just fluent and popular and really different and vibey down here. And rapping and singing is equally as popular.
Mm. I love one of the things you did with your promos is you did a cute, sickening nod to the old school way of, doing album releases and just giving great descriptions of each song. So I'm going to go through what you posted earlier. And if you just have any random thoughts, stop me and we'll do it. Because I want to, again, some people may not have had the opportunity to hear the music. So we're just giving you guys a quick 1-2, honey, so you can get into it to know that this comes from a place of realism, okay? The definition of Leo. This masterpiece opens with a sweet goodbye to a soon forgotten pastime. Burning Bridges, which is the first song on the album, serves as a melodic declaration of independence from any relationship that doesn't reciprocate, but leans towards romantic dissipation. The blues track pierces straight through the heart as Pradia serenades such a finite decision to burn bridges, honey. Yes, God. Any thoughts on Burning Bridges before we move on to Homesick Child?
Burning Bridges was actually the first song I recorded for this album.
Mm.
And
hold on, bitch. If you guys will notice, yes, God, honey, there's a nod to MC herself, honey, Mariah Carey, girl. Yes, God, honey, Kat has the vocal ability, unlike some of the girls out here in the world that are serving dry cornbread throat, girl. Hello, God. He hits the whistle register, girl. Hello, God. Hello, God.
that was at the high demand of this person here.
Mariah Carey is
He
pleased.
would not rest until he heard a whistle in one of these songs. But yeah, that was the first song I recorded. And you'll hear YB's name a lot tonight. He was actually the person that told me it should open up the album. And at first I was like, I'm going to do like an intro or something like that. But it was so concrete. Like I've moved on from Black Magic at the end of Enigma. Like after I close it out and, I'm in that toxic situation. Sorry. I have now come to the realization that all of this is something I need to leave behind because it serves me no purpose. So to start on that note was very important to me to kind of stamp the album to let you know I'm not playing this time. Like I take me seriously, especially if I want to title this album the name of the character. If this album is autobiographical, this is the portion of the story where he really gets to what is all of this for? And who are you really at the core of all of this?
Yes. They're living for the music, though. The vibe of Love Drunk. I'm in love with that song. Yes.
Okay. So there's a story behind Love Drunk. Love Drunk is an old song that was reimagined. So the same year Beyonce came out with Formation and performed at the Super Bowl, on PBS after the Super Bowl, a documentary on the Black Panther movement came on. And I was so inspired by that documentary. And I watched so many other videos and docs on that. And I just told myself, if I was alive during that time and still me, still Kat, what will my music sound like? And so I created actually a whole entire EP around Love Drunk, but I lost the other songs. And as I was just going through music one day and going through beats, I ran across Love Drunk. and I ran across the instrumental, so I re-recorded it. And though I felt like aesthetically it didn't fit on the album, it was perfect for the album.
Mm.
So I just had to add it as a bonus track.
Okay. Jay says he feels like he knows the inspiration behind that song. Was that Burning Bridges?
He probably does. He knows the inspiration behind a lot of these songs.
Markel says, I know My Life is an older song. When you performed it, you seem to give us as if this is your all-time favorite song.
I really do love the song. Bringing it back to life and adding new vocals to it, that was something I didn't think. That was the gift for Jace because he loves that song. And I just wanted to bring it back because Dear Diary, I just kind of sleep on myself. That project is on my SoundCloud. And that was one of my favorite songs. That was a song I remember when I used to perform in Houston. That was a song that would break the ice with the straight culture. When I performed My Life, everybody was on their feet. Gay, straight, it didn't matter. Everybody could relate to, stop trying to tell me what to do. Let me live my life. This is about me. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me how to live my life. It's already hard enough trying to figure this shit out. So I don't need nobody. I don't need help.
I love the fact with your music particularly, it's very neutral. It doesn't scream LGBT. It doesn't scream not either. You know what I mean? I live for that part because I feel like anybody can enjoy this music.
Yeah.
And the gift that you're bringing to the girls, the kids, the cheering, honey.
I make sure that my music is universal, but I don't shy away from my truth. So you'll hear in Homicide, I say that dick is a blessing. So I'm very sure and direct with who I'm talking about. But
and for the girls out there that are wondering, yes, honey, dick is a blessing, honey. Okay. yes, God, honey. She put in work. Now, Homesick is a more thorough explanation of its predecessor with the perfect balance of hip-hop and alternative R&B instrumentation. This song is the perfect way to begin the blossoming of an incredible album. Homicide, a sultry R&B classic, is devious in such a cavalier manner. Girl, you better go ahead with the writing. Hello, God. The vibes are very casual, yet sensual as Pradia coos over the 90s inspired track. See Me was an intentional message to the world. See yourself through the eye. Hold on, did I skip one?
No.
I skipped one. Huh? No? Okay.
Yeah.
See Me was an intentional message to the world. See yourself through the eyes of those that love you. Give your loved ones their flowers in recognition for their love and support. Be committed to progressive love for self and those around you. Obviously, you mentioned earlier about looking introspectively. That's what I'm gathering.
Mm-hmm.
You took a deep look. I'm also seeing a nod to being aware of mental health. Can you speak to that?
I was very aware of my mental health during this project. And I remember you tuning me out because there's a song that didn't make the album called Antidepressants. And you really liked that song, but just production wise, it just didn't fit. But yeah, I was very aware. And for those that don't know, I suffer from depression and I was taking antidepressants. And for a good while now, I've decided to stop because I don't want it to control me. And I feel like if it doesn't have to come to that, I don't want it to. So I was very in touch with my feelings and my emotions and my thought process and my inner child and my inner being. But I also felt like in uplifting myself, I needed to celebrate my village. Like, because I can't do this by myself. I can't. I can, try, but there are days when I'm a recluse and I don't want to talk that you and Jace are like, bitch, hop on the line. We about to do a three-way, so that's important.
A three-way call. Yeah, a three-way call.
And it's so crazy because you used to like hit me and be like, you want a three-way with Jace? And I used to be like, what? I used to be like, what the fuck? But yeah, we would get on a three-way call, or sometimes we would just hop on a StreamYard and just chat. And I feel like y'all need to be celebrated because sometimes it's people like that that are like, you're off track. I'm gonna hold you up from this side. I'm gonna hold you up from this side, and we're gonna go. So I wanted a song that declared, I want to be better, but you inspire me to want to do better because you're here in my corner when I don't feel my best.
I know that's right. Well, it's been a privilege. I think it goes back to friends. How many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on. Amen. Because what you say we do for you, y'all do for me. We do for each other, girl. Because y'all have pulled me from the brink many a times, child. Okay.
Yeah.
And even when sometimes I don't listen, I'll be like, damn, I should have listened to these hoes because they be having some good advice, child. So moving on to the Dear John letter, which was one of the tracks I was not purviewed of being able to listen to beforehand, child. I'm really living for this song. So Dear John letter is a response to being taken advantage of. It obviously reminds me of that movie too. Remember John Tucker Must Die, bitch, with the only movie Ashanti was worthy to be praised in, Hello Gone, Her and Her Thighs, child.
She did her
Yeah, like, ooh, girl. It's a clear yet passive-aggressive jab at those who were unaffected by you, hurting at the hand of their actions. Dear John letter chose violence, metaphorically. No features is a Houston, Texas. The hip-hop track is fiery. It's so Houston, Texas. Sorry. The hip-hop track is fiery and confident with a hook that chants, I'm that bitch, and verses that support that narrative. Go into Dear John real quick. I believe that's so relatable and probably a nod to this season of the Kitty Box as well. Hello, God. Do you mind speaking on that a little bit?
Dear John letter was I felt like it was necessary because if he sees this, oh well. There was an individual who I cut out of my life and I was so finite on it's the end. And he came back. Like I knew, like the tarot said he would. He came right on back and he was like, I miss, this dynamic and I really want you in my life. And I'm very indifferent towards it, but there are things that I want to say that I know that if I said, it would just go back to the distance. And in reality, I'm in a place of like, do I want to risk that? Like, sometimes if you could just get it out of your system and get over it, y'all can move past it. And I can just know where to place you in my life. As opposed to always beat down on somebody for something that they may not even know that they're doing. But I needed to say it. And that's where Dear John letter came in. And I remember listening to the album. And I was like, something is missing. Something is missing. And I heard this track. And when I heard it, I was just like, this motherfucker. Like, I don't know why, but the song made me think of him. Just the track, it was almost as if the track painted a story and just like was a Rolodex of just everything that had been done to me. And I was just like, fuck this. And you coming back because karma is coming for your ass. That grass is artificial. And now you realize that and now you want to come back. And you think that I'm too retarded to realize that. But I'm 2 steps ahead. So Dear John letter needed to happen to complete this album because in order for me to close that chapter and move on to something else, I needed to address him in a very direct, I say passive aggressive, but it was a really head on, like I'm looking you dead in your face type shit.
I think we all can relate to that in a lot of ways. Like I said, people don't know, but in the upcoming weeks, y'all will know exactly how relatable, girl. Okay. Shout out to the Kitty Box, honey. Hello, God. Every Saturday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, honey. Okay. Available on all streaming platforms, girl. We're getting to the work, honey. We're getting to the work, honey. Yeah. Albums are dropping, girl. Podcasts are dropping, girl. Content on YouTube is dropping, girl. Like, this is the year of years. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. Okay. I'm going to move on real quick because hashtag I need more. And I've been telling you about this song. This song, I don't know Why only a minute of it? However long that song is, child, it's not even a minute. And I am entranced by the cadence. I'm entranced by the lyrics. I'm entranced by the feeling, girl. Okay. And that song is Insecure, which you turned into an interlude, girl. Okay. The music gods are striking against you. Amen. In this moment in time for this particular song. I go up for the song. You know that.
I know.
Insecure is the song that you literally don't get enough of. You damn right. Bitch. You're damn right. Okay. This interlude exposes vulnerability and strength at the same time. It lays the foundation to Honest, a track whose openness leaves nothing to the imagination. If you want to express how you feel in a way that speaks to the heart and ears, play this joint. And like Adele, she has a song called All Night Parking, which is also her interlude on her 30 album, which I can't get enough of. And bitch, this situation happened again. I'm just like, y'all bitches must be on the same wavelength when creating your albums, because that's literally my favorite song on her album, and it's not long enough. And on this album, I love all of your songs, but this happens to be one of my favorite tracks, and there's not enough of it. Can you please explain, girl?
From what I can remember, because I don't really remember much about Insecure, I think that I started on it and walked away from it and said that I would come back, and I lost the instrumental. I think I cut, what I had and just said, I'll just come back to it and write more. And I lost the instrumental. I don't know where it is. I would love to add more to it, but I don't know where the instrumental is. And I have thousands of tracks that are sent to me over the years, and I don't know. I don't remember remotely what the name of the track is, because the song is old. The song is at least 2 years old. And I just happened, again, when I was listening to Love Drunk, I was just rummaging through stuff to see if I could just reimagine, because this was during the period of Something Is Missing. And I heard Insecure, and I was like, this is perfect. But even I said it wasn't long enough, but I needed to have it on this project. I needed to. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You know what? If it's any consolation, I felt the same way with and you don't even see it for her or them, but Chloe and Halle, when they put out Ungodly Hour, they have a song called Overwhelmed, and that is an interlude. And I'm just like, no, like when it ends, I'm just like left wanting more. So I definitely understand.
So why do it to us? Period.
I would rather give you that than I give it to you at all.
Well, I feel like Trade has invited me over, girl, to play with this huge pole, and then all of a sudden there's Pingao, and there's nothing I can do with Pingao.
I know.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory wants all of it back. Period.
I will look for it if I can find.
It's like waking up like Charlie. Remember the old Charlie Chocolate Factory when they were living in poverty, girl, and they were eating rock soup, girl, and all of a sudden they go to the store. He stole that money from his grandparents, girl, and he bought that chocolate bar, and he had the golden ticket. Imagine if he would have went to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory and that golden ticket was fraudulent, girl, straight from Atlanta. Imagine thinking that your hungry, starving ass is now going to be able to play in a field of chocolate and gumballs, and your ticket is of Atlanta fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence. That's how I feel about Insecure.
I am so sorry. I'm going to look for it. If I can find it, I will record a full version and just drop it free.
Actually, you don't need to drop it for anyone else. You can just give it to me so I can have it personally.
There are a number of people in the chat that feel
they'll be okay, girl. They know I come first. Yes, girl. Yes. Okay. Unless you're Trade, he always comes first. But that's neither here nor there.
You meant that literally.
Yeah, I did. You know me, honey. Okay, yes, God. Get into Honest real quick. Talk about that.
Honest was a record that I wanted to serenade intimacy on a non-sexual level. Like, let's get close. Like, spiritually. Like, let me really let you in and tell you how I'm feeling. Because a lot of times we miss out on great situations because we're not honest in situations. And, I'm confused here. Like, am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Like, do you even care? Am I over here tripping about something that you couldn't give two fucks about? Like it's just child Jace reading us in the chat. Sometimes it's just you just come to a point where you just really realize that all of the pomp and the circumstance is just overrated. It's just easier to be honest and to be fully expressive with somebody that you want to take you seriously. So honest was something that I definitely felt that in the past in a situation. I've been in a number of situations where I was really unsure and I didn't know what to do. And I felt like had I had honest to play then, it probably would have gave me clarity on a lot of situations.
I hear you. Now we go from honest straight to guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So guilty takes its power back. The chorus demands for justice as the verses gloat about the redemption of oneself. The clip at the end is very real and inspirational to the song's composition. We circle back to the bright side of love with the second part of See Me, a nod to the classics that reminded us of what a good album cut was. This song sets the undertone of the entire album, which I truly believe it does. Get into Guilty real quick.
Guilty, that came from a place of rage. Once I tapped into the place of like, I wrote Guilty and Dear John Letter in the same day. So that, and I recorded them both in the same day. So that energy was just like of me, just like, you know what, nigga, fuck you. Like, I'm tired of this. In your quest for growth, sometimes you reach a point like, I am tired of being a good Samaritan and just turning the other cheek and taking a high road. Fuck you. Like, you hurt me, and it's middle fingers up to you. And Guilty was something that I felt needed to be said. Like, this is the truth. The truth of the matter is you are guilty. And you thought all of this shit was a flex. Just like all of them other notches in your belt. You thought doing that shit to me was a flex. And now you don't know which way is right. Because, the spirits that be said, touch not my anointed, honey, and you touched. So, and then as far as the clip at the end, it is very, very, very real. You'll hear a judge read out 3 or 4 guilty verdicts. That's actually the audio from the Ahmaud Arbery case. So I wanted realism to play a part in this because the song reeks of redemption. Like, you thought you were gonna like kill me. Them motherfuckers tried to kill me, and I made it out alive. Like, and not a scratch on me. Like, I came out refined, actually. So just like that case was redemption for the Black culture, this song is redemption for people who are like, you didn't break me. You actually made me stronger.
I know that's right. I can answer that, but I'll let you answer that.
Yes, I am. August 15th. I am a Leo. I love a music video. More live performances, sure, because I have to sing Insecure or we won't be friends anymore. Because he said it. He was just like, when I told him about the performance.
Hold on.
Look into my eyes and tell me that you love me. Make me believe in love again. Hold me like the world is crashing, like it's just the two of us. Can you help me trust in love again? On the front lines, fighting for loved one. If we in this together, baby, why you so far? I wanna believe I know you're not sure. And you wonder why I'm feeling insecure.
Bitch. That's it. That y'all, the greatness, girl, like I know we're going right back there again, but I'm in my feelings again. Like, how do you bypass, girl? Okay, I'm done chastising you, girl.
Would you settle? Okay, let me say this. If I could find a track that's similar but not the same, and I just re-record the song, that part plus more, would that suffice? Does it have to be that track? Because I can't find it, and I love it just as much as y'all do.
Mm-hmm. You know me. I'm a listening ear. You find something similar to it, and you handle it, girl. I'm here for it.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. There's something about the feeling of the song that I get. Like, for it to be so short, it has a really big impact.
Yeah.
But you know,
For sure.
I'm here for it, girl. I'm definitely here for it. So, the second part of See Me, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, and why you felt like you needed a second part.
Mm-hmm.
But the two are totally different.
Yeah.
That was obviously intentional.
Yeah, it was. What inspired that actually? Here go Beyonce again. Destiny's Child has a No 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 Part 1 and a No 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 Part 2. And then for their Survivor album, they have an Independent Women Part 1 and an Independent Women Part 2. And they say ultimately the same thing, but they sound polar opposite of one another. And when I heard the track for Part 2, I didn't go into it thinking that it would be Part 2 of See Me, but I was singing the same thing. And I was just like, well, I can reimagine, because at this point I had already decided. So I thought that Part 1 was not going to be a part of the album. So all of those lyrics, that story was up for grabs. So when I heard that, I said, why not just add it? Because it just fits so perfectly. And it was just a way to slow everything down and really just really serenade, because in Part 1, it's a groovy little, appreciation, a little dedicate, like I dedicate Brandy. But with Part 2, it's like, let me slow this down and take my time and really just say, I appreciate the way you see me, because it's a way that I would love to see myself.
I think it's important. I believe those two tracks, specifically the Part 1 and 2, it goes into more of a self-love, or the realization that it kind of sucks that a lot of times we as human beings, we search for some type of validation, so to speak, through the eyes and the respect of other people. So when you said, I want to see me the way you see me, like, I feel like, yes, it's very simple, but I think it's very profound at the same time. Like, taking back, I love this song because it empowers and it takes back the self-love. It takes back loving yourself. It takes back fuck the validation from everybody else. I want to now give that to myself.
Right.
And I think that's important for people, so they too can learn to walk in that awareness of themselves and say, you know what, I'm no longer going to live my life, through other people, or see myself through other people. I'm going to see myself for who I really am and what I bring to the table.
Right. You have to validate yourself. You have to know that you are worthy of everything you try to pour into everybody else. It's not healthy for you to just pour and pour and pour. Because if, like this drink, if I keep drinking and I don't refill it, it'll eventually be empty. And it'll serve me no purpose at all. And what good are you to yourself, let alone others, if you're empty? So sometimes you have to pour that love into yourself, but sometimes loving you is appreciating those around you. People who see you for who you authentically are.
Yeah.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Because not only can I get my life in the gym, I can also think.
Yeah.
you're not just like, oh, like that's what I said earlier in the earlier in the interview is the even the upbeat songs are a deep dive into an emotional state of being that you don't really get from a lot of upbeat type of songs,
Right.
especially in this generation. So I could definitely commend that a lot. I know that's
And
why I believe that she only validates parking. I know.
period. I don't not to shade anybody that's out right now, but a lot of people aren't saying anything. And I know I sound like Beyonce when she was like, people don't make albums anymore, but they don't. They don't put who they are into their work. It's just like, it's just like it's shit that really don't even make sense, or it really doesn't speak to the soul, let alone the heart. And music is supposed to heal. Yeah, it's supposed to get you in the groove and it's supposed to like, even in those situations that it's meant to heal you. Everybody in that club is going through something and they came to the club to escape and have a good night. So why not, empower those people and still have a good time?
Right. That's true. And that's the thing I can appreciate. So Leo concludes with a message of hope and temporary. This song serves as both comfort and motivation to continue believing in possibilities. The love poured into this album is sure to be felt and shared with others. Leo is magic and magnetic and will live far beyond its expectations. Temporary, I felt like, especially that was the last song in your live performance. It touches to me like how Black Magic did. I love the inspiration. The final song is like, girl, it's inspirational, it's relatable. It's like, in the depth of your own despair, I find it interesting that you're still able to try to lift others up. Can you speak to that a little bit, please?
I remember. Why am I about to cry? I remember.
Girl, Barbara Walters does it to all the girls.
Look
So
at
go
you.
ahead, shed that tear, bitch.
Put it out, girl.
Shed that tear, girl.
I remember hearing people who I look up to their albums, and they would always include a gospel song at the end, to like give God the glory. And this was my gospel. This was my, come home to yourself and realize that with Black Magic, I had the same message. Just realize how great you are. Like, it starts at home. The world will never build you up. They will build on the foundation that you set for them. You have to, and I tell you this all the time in business, you have to tell people what to think and how to feel. So if you set the tone, I am this person and this is what it's going to be, they can only build on that. And I'm all about self-empowerment. Absolutely. Yes, we need great R&B. We need good R&B. And it has taken a back seat because people they don't want to feel anymore. They don't want to, really touch themselves.
Just want to touch on that and expound real quick. Even when I listen to newer type of music, you're paying a special nod to simplicity.
Yeah.
When it comes to the way you arrange your music, it's simple, but it's extremely profound and it's long lasting in its effect. And at least for me, at least, and I think everybody else agrees with that as well. That's had an opportunity to be blessed to listen to this amazing body of work. Can you speak to that real quick? Like, how do you not get so wrapped up in what's the trend now? Because when you hear this track, first of all, it's cohesive as hell. The tracks don't really sound like anything I've heard before either, but it's still relatable in a lot of ways.
Yeah. R&B will always be the heart and soul of everything that I do because that's who I am. R&B and gospel. I grew up in the church. I grew up listening to R&B. That will always be a cohesive blend of who I am at the core. But I also have this streak of alternative. Like, I love indie sounds, and I love the Don Richards, and I love the Anyas and the Thundercats of the world. Like, I love people who are like just left of center, and I like music that paints a story. When I'm going through tracks to record, yes, it is my fly like a bird moment. When I go through those moments of, deciding what track I want to use within like 5, and I don't give him much credit. I don't on a lot of things, but I will give him credit on this. Matthew knows if you can tell a hit within the first 10 seconds of a song. And I can. A lot of times I will play a record, I'm like, that's not it, that's not it. If I can last, if you can keep me like 30 seconds and I'm grooving, more than likely, even if I don't use it, I'll save it and set it to the side as something that I could maybe build off of. But I wanted something that spoke to who I was as an artist. Trends don't last. Trends don't last. And I want to be legendary. I want to be around. I want to be respected. I want to be revered. You know, Brandy can still sing Baby and sitting up in my room because she did not keep up with a trend. She was who she was. You know, like, and if it's true to you, and if it's real music and it's good and it's authentic, it will stand the test of time. Enigma and Leo will be current 10 years from now. People will be sipping their wine, screaming at their kids, barbecuing with Leo songs in their playlist. People that are out right now can't say the same. Out of all the songs we grew to, out of all of the songs that are on y'all's playlist, y'all won't be listening to those songs 10 years from now. Y'all aren't listening to those songs now. I still listen to Enigma. I work out to it, you know. So I wanted music that withstood the test of time. You know, I want a Janet special. I want a documentary. I want to sit back in a theater and people perform my hits to me and honor me. These girls with these popcorn singles, they will never get that. Because what are you here for? Are you here for the fame, the money, the popularity? Or are you like me and you tried to leave music alone and it was like, no, ma'am, this is who you are, and either you're going to answer to the call or like somebody who kills a vampire slayer on Vampire Diaries, I'm going to hunt you. It is what it is. So I think my music just is a true testament that this is who I am and not just what I think will make me successful. Because I don't like performing. I'm just now entertaining the thought of a music video because I don't want to be that. I just want to sing and put it out. You know, like I don't want that.
Do you have a favorite song on the album?
It changes with my mood. What song do I really like? I can't.
It's obviously not Insecure because, you know.
I really love Dear John Letter. I don't know because when I listen to the album over and over, and I've heard my album 100 times, this is the first time that I haven't gotten enough of any of the songs. And I started recording this album in September of last year, so I can play the album through and through and through, and I don't get tired of the songs because it still speaks to me, and I'm still like, bitch, you better, because it just gives me something that the other albums didn't give.
It's not, and just like Enigma, it's not really it's not single worthy. It's an entire body of work. So, and it's a storytelling type of album. So I feel like that's why it's difficult to say what's your favorite. Because even for me, even though, you know, Insecure is my favorite, I don't think I could love Insecure without the rest.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. They bleed well into each other. They really carry each other. And it's a nice balance.
A great example to complement what you just said. Every time my process is really weird. Every time when I'm in my recording process, once I get to around 5 songs, I start track listing. I start placing the songs how I think they should go. And every time I complete something or make a change, I'll render that and then put it on my iPod and then listen to it like it's an album. So in one of my quests to do that, I made my changes to the album. I made my changes to the vocals, and then I rendered it and I put it on my iPod. But for some reason, Honest didn't transfer. And I remember listening to the album, and I was like, something is like. I love all of the songs, but I could feel like I could feel that something was missing because, like you said, it's a complete body of work. So you notice when something is not there. So yeah, I love everything. Have you ever, or will you ever? I have never. Oh wait. I'm lying. Before I did the name change, or maybe I was Pradia. At the tail end of whatever I was doing with my Houston stuff, I did do a feature on a girl's album. She was a stud that was rapping, and she asked me to come in and do some vocal work. So I have, collaborated with people, and I wouldn't mind doing it in the future. But I feel like for the trilogy story, this is my story to tell. So I wouldn't mind doing outside features. I would love to work with T.S. Lil Kendra. I would love to work with Kendra. Who else would I love to work with? Roommate. They are phenomenal. I would love to work with individually and collectively. I would love to work with Barbie Bankrose. She's phenomenal. There are a number of artists that I wouldn't mind working with. But I gotta feel like you're taking it seriously. If I feel like it's just like a little gimmicky thing to you, then I'm not interested.
I could really see you when We Were Born slang.
Oh, yeah,
I could really see that.
Oh, I love We Were Born. I love it. Absolutely.
And I think too, Kesey, yes, honey, Kesey, his rapping, I think y'all would flow beautiful together. If Kesey ever gets off his motherfucking ass and puts out some of that music that you had us wanting more of.
I think he put out something today, I think.
Oh, okay, because honey, make it happen.
Please, I've written for a lot of artists. That's part of the reason why I didn't do the Ryan Jones thing anymore. Somebody that y'all know.
Oh, girl. Really B is gonna get you, girl, because they don't
love Janet. She really adores Janet.
Bitch, she was doing a concert for Troy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She was doing a one-woman concert for Troy, honey. No, God, you better stop it.
Bitch, fuck this. I came prepared.
Troy.
I came be prepared. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, life is surely where you make it. Gotta learn how to embrace it. Gotta fight for what you want. If you wanna be happy. Yes, honey. Shout out to Troy and his sign language child. Yes, God, honey. And Janet Jackson singing for the deaf mutes in the back. Lord, forgive me. Taking it back, child. Just what would you like to say about this album that you have yet to truly convey to the people? Now that it's out.
Heal. Like, don't just listen to it. Like, take it in, relate to it, and do the work with me. Because by the time I get to Temporary, I have been through it, but I came out pure. I came out, refined and better than I went in. But as you can again tell from the tempo and the mood of this album and the texture of this album, I started off with burning bridges. So you have to set your intention before you do anything else. Set your intention and then just do the work. This album was very abstract. I knew that it would kind of like be left of center, like the people that I love. And I knew that it would be something that you would have to really, you have to love music. You have to really love um, connecting, with self to really get into this album, because we have enough entertainment out there. Yes, I want to entertain, but at the same time, like I want it to mean something at the end of the day. Thank you, Denny. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pussycat. Pussycat, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, her masters on flashcards. Jace, whatever, honey. She'll be okay. She'll be okay. Well, I'm really excited for you. I'm excited that this album has finally been, birthed and, given to the people to really enjoy and to share in this amazing gift that you have, girl. Like, I appreciate it. And there's been many times we've been on the phone and I'm just like, we do it to each other because you're always pushing me to find and to be the great bitch that I am. But I also am just like, girl, put this out. Like, you have it, girl. Like, I don't go up. And again, I'm not the end all be all, girl. I'm not a music executive. I'm not, but I have I love the ear that I have for music, and your gift of song, your gift of writing, it's amazing and it's beyond. And I just am so happy that people get an opportunity to hear it. And I hope that you get and that you receive everything you need, require, desire from this experience.
Thank you. I plan on it. I really, really, not to shade Enigma, but this feels different. I'm sure of this. Like, I'm sure of this album and what I'm trying to say. I'm very, very proud of it. And I do believe that it will age like fine wine. I do believe that it'll only grow over time. I do think it'll reach more people than I expect. Because on my vision board, well, not my vision board, but I schedule things out on my calendar, on my Dry Erase calendar, and I put 1,000. I just want 1,000 streams. That's it. But something tells me that isn't even close to what I'll really, really get from this. Because though, this is completely abstract to what's out right now and what's popular, real music is undeniable.
I think that's what's going to have people gravitate to it, is because it's outside of the considered norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think grown folks, like, I love the maturity. I love the flow. I love the cadence. I love the transparency of it. I think a lot of people, especially grown folks, would definitely, like I said, any walk of life. This isn't just for LGBT people. This is for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think in a lot of ways, the fact that it's so relatable, and especially since the pandemic, we've all kind of been through the same roller coaster emotionally, you know what I mean? And listening to these tracks on this album, people will see it and they'll celebrate it and they'll know. And that'll force them, if they haven't already gotten into Enigma from last year, that just has no choice but to make them dive into your wonderful music library, honey.
Yeah.
Amen. All right. Was there anything else, any stone that we've left unturned that you would like to kick over and reveal to the kids?
No, I just groove to this, listen to it, embrace it, love it. If I can compel you guys, I'm watching a lot of Vampire Diaries, y'all, so excuse me. But if I can compel y'all, then I would just want you to love it. Like, really, really, like, let it speak to you. I think it transcends, like they said, it transcends genre, time, and trends. Like, it could just reach anybody. Like, even though I'm again vulgar and I am very direct about which sex I'm attracted to, and I'm speaking of, it's still university. It's still universal, and it transcends all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez. We can play the live performance to go out if you want.
Okay. The whole thing?
Yeah. How many times have you watched it? I watched it like 6 times.
I watched it like 3.
Okay.
I watched like 3 times because I was like, girl, I didn't expect, bitch, I didn't expect for you to really go the fuck all out, like real concert vibes, and those transitions like were dead the fuck on.
Yeah.
So I just, girl, you better get into it.
I tried to do my thing. Like I was really that's the second version that I did because the first one had songs that are not on the album anymore, and I just really wanted to feel intimate, but give you guys a show, like because I can't go out and promote it like I don't know if I would really want to. Because again, I don't want that. I want the music to be out, but I don't necessarily because the business side really kind of just tainted how I feel. But yeah, this is Leo the performance, guys.
And to let everybody know that everything that we're celebrating the album, all the links are in the description box of this video, including this video as well, if you would like to watch it on your own time as well, guys, okay?
My name is Pradia, and this is my album, Leo. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah. Here we go. Love the way you build me up, never tear me down. Only good vibes when you around. Keep me confident, cause I own this town. Build dreams like by the pound. You know I'm selective with my time. No, I'm not a hater, but it's my time. Now I see what you see, it's about time. Singing niggas to sleep like a nursery rhyme. Now all this time I had a crown. Heavy to wear, but holding me down. Pick your head up off the ground, cause you melanated, you so profound. Bitch, I'm a king, designer things and diamond rings. Deserve to be in my company. Open my third eye so I can really see. Baby, this is difficult, cause I don't see the visual. I'm just trying to get the tempo, but the beat is going out of control. But you're still right there, keeping the rhythm so I'm not off track. Keep it consistent, baby, you never lack. That's how you show me that you love and you care. So I wanna see what you see, wanna see me. The way you see me, wanna see me. The way you see me, wanna be a believer in me like you believe, wanna see me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, wanna see me. The way you see me, wanna see me. The way you see me, wanna believe in me like you believe, wanna see me. We going up like see me, you ain't seeing me. No F, we going up like see me, you ain't seeing me. No F, we going up like see me, you ain't seeing me. No F, we going up like see me, you ain't seeing me. No F, we going up like Pradia, Pradia. Hi, it's nice to meet ya. Flash on your camera, I got a lot to teach ya. I don't really focus on my features. Album top tier, and I don't even got no features. Never defined by situations, I'm thinking higher. Elevation, I need 6 degrees of separation. Late hoes get termination. Now don't let me cause devastation. Working hard and I'm on vacation. Check your man and his location. I'm doing well by the presentation. Guilty. 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 Boy, you guilty. Yeah. Guilty. 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 Boy, you guilty. Baby, I know you're feeling sour. You thought you played me, but I got the power. I can see it in you. It's raining on your mental. It's starting to devour. Had me broken, bet you thought it was a flex, huh? Spinning in circles cause you ain't learned to listen. Guilty, yeah, you guilty. All the broken hearts on your jewelry. Boy, what you did should be a felony. Don't take it easy, give him the first degree. Guilty, yeah, you guilty. All the broken broken hearts on your jewelry. Boy, what you did should be a felony. Don't take it easy, give him the first degree. Oh, I wanna know how you feel, 'cause I think I love you. Said I think I love you, so I gotta know if it's real, 'cause I think I love you. Said I think I love you. Tell me if am I in the right direction? I'ma need for you to show affection. I'ma need for you to turn the pressure on. Gotta be honest, baby. Sometimes I feel, am I doing too much? Do you even really give a fuck? So baby, can you tell me what's up? 'Cause I don't feel the love. Gotta be honest, baby. Tell me if am I in the right direction? I'ma need for you to show affection. I'ma need for you to turn the pressure on. Gotta be honest, baby. Sometimes I feel, am I doing too much? Do you even really give a fuck? So baby, can you tell me what's up? 'Cause I don't feel the love. Gotta be honest, baby. Yeah, baby. Let me hear you say, yeah,
Beat provider, baby. Beat provider, baby.
It's been a long time coming. I'm not gonna cry. Don't act like you didn't see it coming. Yeah. Don't act surprised. My heart won't let me stick around and listen to anything that you gotta say. 'Cause your words mean nothing if your actions don't play, baby. Nothing but memories setting you free. I'm so high like I'm pure and holy. Don't got the energy for turning friends into enemies. I'm burning all these bridges. Ooh.
Can I take y'all back for a minute? This is a song off my 2015 album, Dear Diary, called My Life.
Here we go. This is my life. Don't need nobody to live it for me. I can do bad by myself. This is my life. Let me write my own damn story. Really don't need no help. This is my life. Don't need nobody to live it for me. I can do bad by myself. This is my life. Let me write my own damn story. Really don't need no help. So many people try to tell me who to be, tell me what to do, tell me what to believe. So many people try to tell me who I am, but they don't understand that I don't give a damn. Gonna live my life, sing with no regret, and you ain't saying nothing if you ain't signing my check. I ain't using auto-tune, give me my respect. It won't take you long to see I'm better than the rest. I know you think you got it easy, but I ain't been over me. So many ups and downs. Said I've been through so many ups and downs. I don't need no sympathy. Say I don't need no sympathy. Say I don't need no sympathy. 'Cause this is my life. Yeah, by myself. I don't need your help. Baby, I can do it bad by myself. Yeah. Don't need your help, baby. Karma coming for your ass, ain't it? You see that grass is artificial and you fucking hate it. It's giving very much you in a bad situation. Like you was trying to find a me and it was imitation. They like mannequins in your life, they just presentation. It's just more ammo for me in the mediation. Cause I know for a fact that you come running back when the hoes wanna lack. You immature. See, you don't really love yourself, you insecure. Cause when people apply the pressure, you hit the door. Gotta stop taking less if you want more. If you didn't come to win, what you come for? It's really simple. I'm done playing nice. I don't know if you got another chance to make it right. I deserve to have a better life, so I'ma let the song cry. I chose this song to close out both the album and this performance because I want you to live your life knowing that there is hope. I love you all. I heard you had a bad day, and that's okay. Trust me, I've been there before. Don't you ever feel alone, cause everybody's going through changes. To feel the love, you gotta know that pain is for everybody. Never be ashamed. It's temporary, temporary. Every heart is gonna be damaged. It feels like it's too much to manage. And it's for everybody, never be ashamed. It's temporary, temporary. Ooh, when you have a bad day, know that you're okay. Yeah. Remember you've been here before, so don't you ever feel alone, yeah. Cause everybody's going through changes. Feel the love, you gotta know that pain is for everybody, never be ashamed. It's temporary, temporary. Every heart is gonna be damaged. It's too much to manage. It's for everybody, never be ashamed. It's temporary, temporary. Thank you.
Aww. Aww. Oh man.
Bitch, yes, God. Yes, God. Let me tell y'all something. Yes to the gods, honey. Okay? Seriously. Child, we really appreciate you all for joining us for this live, in-depth conversation to celebrate the Cat's Meow, also known as Pradia Honey's new album titled Leo, which is available now on all streaming platforms, bitch. If you don't have it, shame on you, okay? Shame on you. Valentine's Day is coming up. A lot of you girls are going to be homicided in that pussy. Hello, God. A lot of you girls are going through some things. You know, this album is going to definitely help you carry on, honey, okay? Hello, God. Cat's Meow, do you have any final words for the people today?
Yes, thank you. I don't really have intentions. You know, I have intentions, but I don't really have expectations when I put out music. And you guys have poured so much love into me, and it's just been out a couple hours. You know, it hasn't even been out a full day yet, and I really appreciate it. Especially you. Like, you flooded your Instagram stories with, you know, promotion for me, and I just really I feel the love, and I want to let you guys know that I see you. I appreciate it immensely, and yeah, just continue to listen to it and enjoy it. And Kitty Box is coming back this Saturday.
Hello, God. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you sharing your gift and sharing this music with us. And, you know, I hope this will continue to be this music of yours will continue to be a catalyst for others to find the light in the darkest of places. Amen. Amen. And thank everybody in the chat for coming in and supporting, and everybody that will be watching the replay. Again, Pradia album Leo is now available on all streaming platforms. Get into it, okay? Yes, God. All right. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Both of us. Cats Meow is also a great content creator. Again, all of his links are in the description box of this video right now. So when you're done with this, please feel free to go over there and show your love and support on all the many, many levels that is the Cats Meow. Okay, bitch? Period. All right? You guys continue to be blessed and never stressed. And remember that health is wealth, bitch. Okay? And enjoy your night. And to carry us out, a final promo. Amen. We love you all. Take care. And again, thank you, Cats, so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. As always, honey. Yes, God. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
I be checking your Instagram, trolling the bitches that's all in your comments. You know I don't give a damn. I see why you flexing, the dick is a blessing. You know I'm better than. Time to when I'm not to, when I'm more than a friend.